not just in here, but even out there, okay? And we need to give a lot of consideration to things I mentioned last week to you. We read that, and I don't know what we think sometimes, but it involves a lot of stuff. Flattery, I mentioned flattery, flattering somebody falsely, you know. Oh, I just love that on you. Then turn to somebody behind you and say, that's the worst looking dress I've seen on her. You say something about Silas being ugly, you're okay there, but, you know, anything else. Again, and we're number 10, okay? We're going to try to finish up tonight. Hopefully we will. I'm just going to title this, Be Happy with What You Got. Be happy with what you got, okay? Look what it says here. Thou shalt not covet, underline that. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor. Anything. That takes in everything. Anything. See, this commandment, in these laws of God's govern life on earth for us, we've seen that God has a high standard of holiness that He expects us to live in. Hello. A holiness that He expects us to live in. And I trust that as we move through, and we're in the last one now, but as we move through these verses, all these verses, I hope that you've seen some areas in your life maybe where I've seen in my life, but where you maybe seen in your life that you recognize that you need some correction. And you made some effort maybe to do just that, if you hadn't, you ought to, okay? To get in line with God's Word, okay? Get in line with His Word. See, as you look at this 10 commandment, the first characteristic I notice is that this commandment represents a move away from action into the realm of attitude. Attitude. Many of us need an attitude adjustment. We do. We got this negative attitude. We got this don't care attitude. We need to get a positive attitude. We need to get our attitude adjusted. See, while breaking all the rest of the commandments, of these commandments, it has its origin in the heart and in the mind of man. All these ultimately express a type of physical activity. This commandment is different. It's totally different. There's evidence, we've seen evidence here of lying and stealing, adultery, murder, disobedience to your parents, taking God's name in vain, making graven images, having other gods before God, before the true God. There's usually little or no evidence, though, of any covetousness. It is here. It is here. And as a result, this is a sin that's rarely, if ever, confessed or owned up to. But every one of us are guilty. Every one of us are guilty. Alex came in tonight, my office, and Michael was standing there, and Michael laid his Bible down on my desk, and Alex picked it up. Wow, man, is this yours? Man, I got to have one. There's nothing wrong with liking it, but don't take it. Okay? Don't take it. You may like it, go buy you one. Okay? It's his soul winning Bible. He's got a new little soul winning Bible. It's neat. I've got a Bible in my office. It's over $400. You don't find them anymore. Oxford. You don't find them anymore. Don't get your eye looking like that. Hey. But again, it's my Bible. Okay? You can covet it if you want to, just don't take it. You can say, hey, boy, I like that. That's a great Bible. I've had people come in. John Hill came in one time. Man, where'd you get this Bible? I wish I had one of these Bibles. I said, I know where you can buy one. And I'll sell you that for $800. Yeah. Hey, of all the commandments listed, this is probably the one most often broken and the one most really, hey, you're guilty of, and I am too. We do this. We are covetous. We covet. We covet things. We don't want to admit it, but we do. And we're going to see as we look at this commandment that covetousness is a very serious sin. And that needs to be confessed and forsaken by every child of God. I read a story one time where Abraham Lincoln was walking with his two sons in the park, and they were crying and kicking and all that. And a passerby asked the president, said, "What's wrong with them boys?" He said, "Exactly what's wrong with the whole world. I have 3 walnuts, and each of them wants 2. See, that's what our problem is. I wonder how many would have admitted that we're guilty of covetousness. There are many who, if they were honest, would have to admit that they possess a covetous heart. One can't read the Bible without finding incident after incident after incident where men wanted what someone else had. In the Garden of Eden, Eve, okay? In the Garden, of Eden, Eve, she coveted that forbidden fruit and brought sin and death into the world and took her husband with her. Achan. And every time I read the story of Achan, I think, how stupid can you be? I even, as I was preparing this, I went back and read it again because I had a question. I thought, why did God kill his family? See, when Achan stole that gold and silver and all those garments, those expensive garments, he brought defeat to the nation. Several men got killed in that Ai battle. But he brought death to himself and also to his family. But I think his family knew what he'd stolen. He hid it in his tent, but I think his wife and his children, I think they knew it. And that's why God killed them too. Think about it. Think about where this sin can take somebody. He stole those things that he never got to enjoy. I always give this example. I got a good friend who's got a real old Corvette, about a 63. He got it in good shape. And I see it, and I love it, but I wouldn't want it. I don't think it's a ride to drive that well, to be honest. But again, if I went out there and stole it, and put it in my garage, Brother Jim, and covered it up, locked it up, and put a cover over it, never got to drive it, never got to enjoy it, never got to do anything with it, how stupid is that? That's what he did. You think he got to wear them garments around outside? No. Think he got to show anybody that gold and silver he got? No. Cost him his life. Cost him his whole family's life. Ahab, he coveted Naboth's vineyard and committed murder in an attempt to grab what belonged to another man. We know Jezebel was deeply involved in all that. We know that. David coveted Bathsheba, Uriah's wife, and as a result brought the sword of God into his household for generation after generation after generation. Judas was motivated by a covetous heart. Ananias and Sapphira lied to the Holy Ghost because they were covetous. So again, this sin is a serious sin, and if you got it, you better get rid of it. It's okay to like something. It's okay to tell somebody honestly. We go back to number 9, but honestly, I can take you to a home right now. We used to go to Sanibel, Sherry's attorney. He had a $3 million home, 3 levels, elevators, media room, 5 bathrooms, 5 bedrooms, huge, right on the ocean. We get to go down there once every year. And boy, you could have coveted that. You thought, man. We didn't. Because one, I couldn't have paid the electric bill. If I owned it, I couldn't have paid the electric bill or the insurance either. Covetousness has been a problem as long as man has been in this world. And even these last days, man still wants what belongs to someone else. Let me read to you 2 Timothy 3, 1 and 2. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. I can tell you how people are unthankful. You see them out on the road all the time. I had it in Mississippi. I had it happen just yesterday. I finally got to get out. Somebody had it in the house. I did a doctor appointment, I'm sure. I looked this week, and we had 5 doctor appointments this week. Bing, bing, bing. That's crazy. I got one Friday. I'm going to count. Hey, I'm sitting there, and there's traffic everywhere, and there's a car trying to come out from the service station. I call it a service station. Y'all remember when they used to pump gas, don't you? Y'all remember when they used to wash your windshield? Hey, they'd even ask you, hey, I see a low tire, I'm going to put a little. Okay? I still call it a service station. Ain't no service station to it, but anyway. So I stopped, sitting there, and emotion come up. She started out. Here's what she did, Brother Roy. She hadn't seen that in a long time. When she's lined up, she'd do, I'm going. So see, most of the time when they come out, they don't do that, and I go, you're welcome, you're welcome. How about Luke 12:15? And he said unto them, take heed and, beware of covetousness. Take heed and beware of covetousness. For a man's life consisteth not of the abundance of the things which he possesses. It does not. I've seen people with a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. I've been around a lot of millionaires, and it didn't rub off on me. So I've been around a lot of them. And they had all kinds of stuff. But it's not about stuff, y'all. It's not about your possessions. You're not going to take it. I probably harp on this more than anything a lot of times, but I've just recently had to redo my will. And as I thought about it, I thought this is kind of silly. Because the only one in my will that would really need it would be Katie. And I've got that locked up. I've got that taken care of. So that's where I look. It's going to all go into her trust. Whatever's there, go into her trust to take care of her. She got out yesterday, y'all. She went to the beauty shop. Got her hair highlighted, cut. Y'all probably saw it on Facebook. I don't, but y'all probably did. Had a great day. Went to the doctor today. We found out something I was pretty aware of it anyway. So let's look at this commandment. Be happy with what you got. First thing I jotted down was covetousness, diseases all of life. It makes us greedy of gain. When we are possessed of a covetous heart, we're never satisfied with that which we have. You never are. There'll always be a powerful urge for more. Everybody I've ever been around, those guys I was talking about, those millionaire people, and I've been around a few. More. Charlie didn't even have to work. But he'd be there at 6 o'clock in the morning and leave at 7 o'clock at night. Usually 6 days a week. And you know, time with his family. I've told this story. I went to get him, pick him up, take him to the airport. He's going to our Dallas office. I went inside, see if he was ready, living in Belle Meade. That tells you all you need to know. Anyway, hey, got ready to leave. He hits a little intercom button. Hun, girls, Dad's gone. I'll see you at the end of the week. Nobody else hit the little intercom button. Said, Daddy, I love you. I'll see you. Can't wait to see you when you get back here Friday. I don't know how it affected him. I'm going to tell you what, it broke my heart. It broke my heart for him. Because, again, covetousness. More. Gotta have more. Can't get satisfied. You see it. You see it. You watch it on television. You watch it, hey, on the news. You see it. Where these guys have got it all, reaching out for more. See, but you can never be satisfied. It's interesting to note that this word covet means to desire greatly. That's what the word means, is to desire greatly. It usually refers to an object. Here, everything's an object, I guess. When we're guilty of covetousness, we're guilty, again, of having a heart for things instead of a heart for the Lord. Hello? A heart for things and not a heart for the Lord. See, we come to a place where we're never satisfied with God's blessing. And we're always looking for a way to increase our possessions. Then we should face the fact that we're just plain greedy. We're just plain greedy. Yeah, that's all that is. That's all that is. I never will forget, I read a story about a man who, his friends owned nicer homes, he thought, than him. And he felt inferior to them, and he decided he'd get even. So one day he went to, Rutherford, put his house on the market. Went looking for him a house, a new house, wanted a nicer house. So down the paper there, looking through the paper, through the real estate, finds this one, and he's, wow. Picks up the phone, calls brother. Hey, I found one. I found one in the paper. Hey, let me tell you this house right here. And he starts telling the realtor about it. The realtor said, sir, that's your house. That's what we're trying to sell for you. Sounds kind of like us, don't it? We always think the grass is greener on the other side of the road. If I can get this thing, or if I can get that job, or if I can have this much money in my bank account, then I'm going to be happy. No, you won't. It will never happen. Because once that bank account, hey, I told you the story about Sherry's friend at work. She won $16 million. No, whoa. No, $60 million. $60 million. On a one of them where they picked the number. She used to bet them all the time. Every week she'd bet the lottery. $60 million. She told Sherry and Sharon that, hey, if I ever hit it, I'm going to take care of y'all. Never heard from her again. I'm still mad at her, but she's dead now. But hey, look here. You know what she do? After she won $60 million, she go bet the lottery every week. Why? More. Give me more. I want more. I want to put it all in my bag and carry it around. I want to bury it in the yard with tin cans out there. Hope I can find it when I need it. Hey, I want to bury it. I want to have it all. I want to have it all because, boy, I need more. Humans by nature are greedy and self-centered people, always trying to grab for more. And that kind of attitude poisons life, y'all. It really kind of creates a sourness in your heart, a bitterness in your heart, okay? A bitterness in your heart. The covetous person is never content, but they're always ready to go for more. Go for more. Let's move on. It makes us grab another's wealth. According to these verses, this verse that we're in, a covetous heart may cause us to go after things that were, hey, not yours to go after. This verse says that man can covet property and people and possessions. When we come to the place where we're willing to do anything we have to do that will to get what another person, what their belongings are. Doesn't matter what we do, we're going to do it. See, it's wrong to covet property. This verse refers to a neighbor's house. In the Oriental culture, it's not considered wrong to take things that you find that have been abandoned. However, if you know that something belongs to another person, you'd leave it alone. But let me go a little further. Hey, you're supposed to protect it with an interest that is if it was your, if it were yours, you're supposed to protect it for their benefit, okay? For their benefit. Is it wrong for me to like my neighbor's home and to use, if they got it for sale, I can use legal means to purchase it if I wish to? But when I resort to illegal, when I resort to unethical tactics to obtain his property, I'm guilty of covetousness and thievery too. What about this? So don't covet people. Verse mentions is my neighbor's wife. To desire another man's wife or another woman's husband is simple in many ways. Hey, I can think another man's wife. Another man's wife. Yeah, is pretty. Hey, I've not committed a sin in that. But when I begin to have a lustful desire to possess her, then I'm guilty. I'm guilty of adultery and covetousness. David resorted to lying and murder to possess Bathsheba over 2 Samuel 11. He lied. Then he committed murder. He didn't physically murder him. He sent him out there where he would be, though. Same difference. Same difference. It says here possessions. Among the items listed here are servants, animals, anything that belongs to your neighbor. His weed eater. His power drill. I couldn't tell you how many things that I've had people borrow from me, but I've never got them back. I wouldn't like Sherry's dad, who made a list and made them in blood. You know, wasn't quite that bad. Put your print right here. Hey, he kept a list. See, when I possess something that I'm determined to possess at any cost, I'm guilty of covetousness. It's all right to like the same thing, to possess the same thing, but when we want that which is the property of another, that we've crossed the line and are guilty of having a covetous heart before the Lord. When we possess a covetous heart, y'all, we've ceased to trust the Lord. We cease to trust the Lord to meet our needs. And hey, we were talking a while ago. Couldn't run the bus tonight. Tail lights aren't working. Very dangerous. I told him, I said, do not take that bus out. Do not. I said, hey, this happened for a reason. We don't know what's going to happen. So God took care of it. That's a blessing from God. We're trying to get in an office store back here. I've got 1,356 keys, and none of them fit that door. Pam walked in this afternoon and said, let me try those keys again. Can I? I said, Pam, you're welcome, but I've tried every one of them. They won't open. What'd you go through, 4 or 5? How many keys did you go through? By 5 keys, she went through and opened the door. But listen to this. She went back to make sure that the key would open the door. She locked it, it wouldn't open the door. It would not open the door. Blessing of God. We needed that door open. We've got to tear the wall out in there to get that door. And how that happened, I'll never know. Because I tried that very same key. I told her on that little ring I had, I said, most of those keys on that ring are duplicate. They're all the same key. They all fit the same door. So if that key there fit that door, these other 4 or 5 will fit that door too. So she went back, So we got it taped. Well, I guess Grant's fixed it now. Good. We got it changed. We changed the lock. We got it all fixed now. See, covetousness, y'all, is a serious matter. Serious matter. All these commandments are serious. And where we are today is because they've taken off all the walls. They've tried to destroy them. They've tried to get God out of everything. And they've just taken things down right and left. Because of that, we have kind of just forgotten them too. This one will lead you to break the other 9. This one will lead you to break the other 9. And we'll get into that more next week. But again, this is a serious commandment. When we possess, again, a covetous heart, we cease to trust the Lord to meet our needs and to look after us and take care of us. See, if you covet something and think you really got to have it, but you just can't get it honestly. Maybe you don't have the money or whatever. You just can't get that honestly. Then God's saying you don't need it. God's saying you don't need that. I have seen people, I know people, and y'all do too. I could name several, but I know several people that when they get down and out, when they get where they're just in the mully grubs, they, being a woman, go shopping and buy stuff they don't even need, buy stuff they don't even need, and spend money they don't have to have something just because they covet it. Just got to have it. I'm down the mully grubs. I got to get myself back up again and spend money you ain't even got. And get themselves in a mess. I was around that business for 35 years. I know. And it's crazy. We had a situation where a doctor, Miss Cynthia, went out and bought a mink stove, but didn't pay for it. So they sent the collections people after him. Got a hold of his wife. He said he bought what? A mink stove. For who? I don't have a mink stove. He didn't give me no mink stove. But when we got a hold of him and told him that we'd talked to his wife, guess what? He showed up with her a mink stove, and he paid for that one as well. It cost him 2 mink stoves to cover that one up. But see, that's what people, it's crazy. This is serious stuff, y'all. All right, let's get to our prayer list, and we've got several. I don't think I got Miss Sherry.